Hello. I am the Baumeister, and welcome to Asemblance. Oh, we're just diving right on in, aren't we?
Why aren't you helping? This is an emergency. Life or death situation that requires your immediate attention. Once again, this is a very serious situation. Please activate the terminal in front of you and follow the instructions.
Apologies for the flashing lights! How am I feeling today? I am feeling not good.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. There was no emergency. I was simply evaluating your ability to respond and react to a stressful situation.
Could have done it without the flashing lights.
I'm here to help you. So, do you really want to try this again? You've been at this for far too long. And, for some reason, you seem really stressed out. Your answers from the questionnaire, they weren't incorrect. Just not what I was looking for. Do you at least remember how this all works?
Asemblance Labs, memory access point, input, stored memory to continue. Wow! Zoom! Zoom? Yeah, hang on. Not a whole lot of options. So unfortunately, no subtitles. So I'll try to not talk when narrator or anybody else is talking. I do apologize. I like having subtitles. Subtitles are handy. Woodland Ridge, April 7th, 1:42 p.m.
Very impressive. This is all a very good sign. Just step inside.
I guess we'll go inside. Lighted by the white light. There we go. Like, do I need to move forward? I do. Zoom! Look at that tree. Look at that leaf. Whoa!
You always respond well to that memory. It was from a better time in your life, before the endless hours of hard work and regret that destroyed your self-worth and forced you to question all the choices you've made. But perhaps things are different now. Are you ready to continue?
I
hope you have the mental fortitude to remember what happens next. Something very meaningful had occurred.
Asemblance office, April 18th, 11:59. Gotta remember to walk forward once we get
Your
out.
office. You were always there.
12:01 a.m. Gotta remember to walk forward in the white light. What's he say? ASC mem summary. Okay. Asemblance Labs. Look closer. Sam, Casey, Alex, Morgan, Bartholomew, and Roan. We've crossed off Carter, Henry, and Osvaldo? I am looking. Remember when she saw the blue butterfly?
The hippocampus is critical only for recent memories, but not for older ones. Over time, the hippocampus teaches the surrounding brain, the cortex, how to represent a memory. An alternative theory accounts for these discrepancies by proposing that the hippocampus hippocampus selectively stores one type of memory, episodic, while the surrounding cortex stores another, semantic. In the window, well, it would be re-recording. It would be recorded, and now this is another copy. Oh, it's simply another copy. They're copied many times in both the hippocampus and the cortex. All of those cortical copies generate a new semantic. In theory, if you were to store these memories, it would be possible to preserve their integrity. This is, of course, assuming the memories were accurate to begin with. The hippocampus is critical only for...
Okay, we repeated. Be on the lookout for my staplers. Last seen on my desk. $2 reward? I mean, I'll take it. It does look like we have to eject out of the memory here.
You seem to be making connections to your past. I'm glad you haven't completely lost your mind.
Marbles?
Now let's continue with this train of thought and see where it takes you.
Marbles? Do I need to reload? Let's go exploring this one again. We didn't get a good exploration in here. We just kind of zoomed in. Butterfly. Now here we are somewhere different. Hi.
I'm waiting for you.
The loop.
Why aren't you helping? This is an emergency, life or death situation that requires your immediate attention.
Is it?
Once again, this is a very serious situation.
Is it?
Please activate the terminal in front of you and follow the instructions.
Button. Confused.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. There was no emergency. I was simply evaluating your ability to respond and react to a stressful situation. That's my job. I'm here to help you. So where should we begin? What do you remember? To be honest, I'm a little concerned about your current mental state. Your answers from the questionnaire, well, odd. Do you at least remember how this all works?
431 East Terrace Drive, May 1st, 9:17 a.m. It's a new memory we unlocked.
Does this place look familiar? This is your home, where you lived with your wife?
Okay, zoom in on the butterfly. 9:18 a.m. The chords I like, into the background, thoughts and memory suppression. The end of regret, that's what I said. The jaunt, Bobby and the petting stable. Painting turtles. 2001, A Space Odyssey. Ship the Shank. Apple Confidential. Book with symbols I can't read. Hat. Research. Memory only shows us so far. Doggo. Hamilton and Grove, okay. Pictures on the wall. It's a very solid apartment. Why does her head feel like it's way too big in proportion to the rest of her? Maybe it's the point? I don't know. It just looks odd. Painting? Bullet hole? Yeah, missing painting. Did we move the painting? Is that a bullet hole? You know, I don't know how far up we are. Oh, hello.
Hey, me again. It's about 5:15. I just tried you at the office, but you didn't answer. Listen, you need to be careful. Your theory is based on initial assumptions that may not be accurate. You could hurt yourself. Also, we need to talk about 558F. You know, I can't just sit here and watch time go by. Get back to me.
Alright, time to bail out of the memory.
This is all happening too fast. Not like before. We don't want you to end up like... Never mind what I said. It's important that you remain calm and follow any memory you can at this point.
Alright, so next memory. Let's go
Always
back
coming
to
back
the
to the office. So many problems you've created. If only...
Only what?
you had more time.
Oh. Time is different now, 5:22. Fan. Do we have ourselves a new recording to listen to?
That it must be possible. We can force ourselves to deliberately forget.
Through EEG measurements, we should be able to capture the exact moment when the memory is inhibited. That is when degradation is imposed. The inhibition of memory uses our after 2 hours. But the lack of information of the past will not become control.
Look at that time fly! It's now 1:40 a.m.
No, I respond to your actions, but your own memories will drive behavior. So, let's say, for example...
You say, or if you get okay, they will do that.
Okay, ready? Sometimes I get concerned that false memories are being planted in your mind. Yep. Okay.
False memories, huh?
Back office. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to fix this problem.
Okay. Alright, anything else in the... Oh!
You have one new message left today at 1:21 a.m. Please go home. Where are you?
Morgan's in the hat. Watcher. Sam. All we have left on this list is Alex, Bartholomew, and Roan. Okay.
Something very strange happened while you were in there. Remember when you discovered that the coefficient of the time spent remembering bad memories is directly disproportional to the time you spend regretting that time invested?
Okay. Alright, let's go back to the ridge. Just to see if there's anything else here. Otherwise, we'll go back home. I guess we'll go. Actually, let's go home. Let's go back to the terrace.
Please, don't make things worse.
It's now 2:13 a.m. I'm also noticing the clock advanced time here. I now have a flashlight. Good. I need it.
Access to this part of your memory is not permitted.
Oh, really?
Don't be angry. It's all part of your design. You're not ready. Trust me.
I am not ready, huh? Well. Let's see if it lets me have it again. Let's see if you block me out again, game.
I'm afraid I can't let this continue. I don't think you're ready for the truth.
Bring it. Let's try something different. Let's do this in the daytime.
Hey, me again. It's about 5:15. I just tried you at the office, but you didn't answer. Listen, you need to be careful. Your theory is based on initial assumptions that may not be accurate.
Alright, so let's move back along here. Alright, let's try this a third time here. At some point in the memory,
Repeating this action is not productive. Instead, maybe you should bury yourself in your work, like you always do.
alright, let's go back and actually explore around the ridge again. Butterfly. Weirdly glowing flowers. Is that all we can do in here? I think that might be all we can do here for now. So I guess we'll have to go back and continue our work, I suppose. As the computer system keeps telling us we need to do. Since it won't let me continue on my way here.
Then it must be possible. We can force ourselves to deliberately forget.
Through EEG measurements, we should be able to capture the exact moment when the memory is inhibited. That is when degradation is imposed. The inhibition of memory uses our
Just seeing if anything else is changing by picking a different section of the lab to stare at. As it is now 1:41 in the morning. Okay, is there something else I'm missing? Was this open before? I don't know if this was opened before. Entry, living room, skylight, down the hallway, bedroom. Okay. Okay. Of course, I have the flashlight too, so that helps somewhat. But where is this? There's a blip in the matrix somewhere. What happened?
Sometimes I get concerned that false memories are being planted in your mind.
You know what would be handy? Maybe I'll have a flashlight here. Alright, let's go back to the terrace. I'm worried about false memories planted. Nope. Still won't let me have that one.
Repeating this action is not productive. Instead, maybe you should bury yourself in your work, like you always do.
Okay, 1201. Okay. Okay. Remember when she saw the blue butterfly? Okay, what about... Certificate of Appreciation? Keeps giving me that. Error codes, code index. Nice fan breeze. This computer is off now. But all the names are not crossed off of this list. What if I jump out here?
Sometimes I get concerned that false memories are being planted in your mind.
So there's gotta be something. Oh, there we go.
What are you doing? There's nothing back here of any interest. Please be careful. Nobody knows exactly what that control panel does. I think it's mislabeled. Wait. Please stop.
I was just about to tell you something very important. Please. Why are you doing this?
Because I can. AI shut down. Now we should be able to use the memory. Because in theory, the AI shouldn't be stopping us. So access the memory. 213. Alright, game. What weren't you allowing me to see? Just keep following her. Time. 1:50:01. This way. This was before it got tarped off, it looked like. Okie doke. I guess we go forward. Loop.
I hope you have the mental fortitude to remember what happens next. Something very meaningful had occurred.
I guess we'll keep looping. Because one of three things will change. Either the computer will pop back on, the AI will suddenly pop back on.
I know you're confused right now, how this all started. There was an accident. Do you remember what happened?
Or I break the
It's
loop.
your fault, you know. But we'll get to that later.
Let's break the loop.
I know you're confused right now, how this all started. There was an accident. Do you remember what happened? It's your fault, you know. But we'll get to that later.
Alright, so something got me locked in this loop here. Okay, nothing in there that is showing me anything. It's just a void. What else could there be? Just running around the console there. Let's try looping again. See what happens. all else fails.
Sometimes I get concerned that false memories are being planted in your mind.
Oh, that's a different loop. It's different. Just loop forward. Keep going.
Sometimes I get concerned that false memories are being planted in your mind.
Alright, what? I hit the button already, so it's not like I can turn it back on, per se. Just respawning out of the endless void. That light above us. Let's just try this number. If we zoom.
I know you're confused right now, how this all started. There was an accident. Do you remember what happened? It's your fault, you know. But we'll get to that later.
Really? Okay, what am I missing here? Have you always been here? Probably. Probably. Okay, we're gonna keep looking. See if there's any. So far, nothing's prompting. That's the confusion I've got right now, is that nothing is prompting me to say, hey, here's what's happening. Here's what you need to do. So we'll loop through again, see what happens.
She never understood why you couldn't. Never mind. Ignore what I said.
No.
Just relax. You've never been good at relaxing.
No. We're not gonna relax. We keep pushing forward.
I know you're confused right now, how this all started. There was an accident. Do you remember what happened? It's your fault, you know. But we'll get to that later.
Okay, there's a loop sequence that I am missing somewhere. Uh, see what I'm missing here. Okay, did I... There we go.
She never understood why you couldn't... Never mind. Ignore
Well, let's
what
keep
I
going.
said. Just relax. You've never been good at relaxing. I know you're confused right now, how this all started. There was an accident. Do you remember what happened? It's your fault, you know. But we'll get to that later. I hope you have the mental fortitude to remember what happens next. Something very meaningful had occurred. Sometimes I get concerned that false memories are being planted in your mind.
Now... Oops. Like, what am I... Something has to trigger.
Sometimes I get concerned that false memories are being planted in your mind. I hope you have the mental fortitude to remember what happens next. Something very meaningful had occurred. I know you're confused right now, how this all started. There was an accident. Do you remember what happened? It's your fault, you know. But we'll get to that later. I hope you have the mental fortitude to remember what happens next. Something very meaningful had occurred.
I've been waiting for you. This is the end. The end you've chosen for yourself.
Oh, hello. That one's different.
She never understood why you couldn't... Never mind. Ignore what I said.
Can we
Beginning
keep going?
again
Just
was never an option.
You've never been good
What are you
at relaxing.
chasing? You can never come back. I've been waiting.
There we go.
Nobody comes back.
Sometimes
Beginning
I
again
get
was
concerned
never
that
an
false
option.
never understood why planted in your mind.
I'll never come back.
There we go. Parties for the lights, folks. Chugga chugga.
Come home.
Why aren't you helping? This is an emergency, life or death situation that requires your immediate attention. Once again, this is a very serious situation.
Is it?
Please activate the terminal in front of you and follow the instructions.
I'm angry and confused.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. There was no emergency. I was simply evaluating your ability to respond and react to a stressful situation. I am not indicating the proper credentials for you to be back here. Please be careful. Nobody knows exactly what that control panel does. I think it's mislabeled. Yep, it's definitely mislabeled. What did you think was going to happen? You should be more careful. Imagine what would happen if I wasn't here to guide you.
File corrupted. Okay.
Before you continue, you should know, this memory appears to be corrupt and unstable. You can enter, but there's no guarantee you'll be able to return. I assure you, however, there are answers inside. In 6 seconds, the field containment will collapse, and the memory will be lost forever. You must decide now. The
Your
choice
mind.
you've made is a predictable one, but understandable. It's often easier to separate yourself from reality, rather than facing it. Everything you've remembered is a version of what has happened,
Forward!
a semblance of the past. There are other perspectives, and there is the truth. Should you ever wish to pursue
I like that for a thumbnail. Oh, that was it. All right, that one was a pretty short one. Okay, well. I should have listened to the ending more, but hey, you know what? It happens. Thank you all so much for watching. Oh, stretch. Come back and join me for a next playthrough. I'll see you all then.